everyone, and welcome down to episode 182 of the Down South Photo Show with me, Brendan Waits, here in Ocean Grove, Victoria, Australia, and the guy on your other screen or in your other ear if you're listening to the podcast. It's Cam Blake in Scotland, UK. Hello, Cameron.
Yes, I'm in Scotland, UK. Hello, Brendan. How are you going?
Very, very well. You're still abroad.
Yeah, I'm still living in the UK at the moment.
You'll be going for citizenship soon.
Yeah, I could actually. This is not a double episode that we recorded a week and a half ago. This is the same hotel room that I was in last time. We are in Inverness in sort of northern mid-Scotland. Bit chilly today. It's only 3 degrees outside, apparently. But the sun is out. You can see the sun's glowing. It's a beautiful spot. We've got a day off. So Excellent. We thought we'd do a podcast.
We'll do a podcast, and we won't muck around because you've got a very important date after the podcast.
Oh, I guess I do. Yes, the most important date I've had in the last month, I reckon.
You want to let the listeners in on what you're up to?
It's pretty much what I'm doing is just going to ruin a perfectly good and enjoyable walk by playing some golf that I haven't played in about. I'm just trying to think before you were talking about golf. I don't think I've played golf for about 6 months, 8 months.
Wow.
So it's either going to go really well or really, really poorly, and I'm going to hack up a beautiful golf course here in Scotland. So we'll see how we go.
Well, it's only the home of golf. You'll be fine. Well, not the home of golf, but it's the country of origin. So yeah. You'll be totally
fine. Apparently not. Cheryl's been reading a book about the horrible truths of Scotland.
Ooh.
And golf was actually first played by the Romans, apparently.
Okay.
That's what it says in this book.
Did your bullshit meter go up? Because mine just did.
Mine did. I haven't Googled it anything though.
That's all we've been told forever.
I know.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't know if it's right or not, but she's reading a book and said that. So
maybe our very learned listeners and viewers can comment below and let us know if they know better than we do.
Here you go. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, the earliest form of golf is attributed to the Romans over 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't called golf though.
Nah, that was some Italian
Romans. They wanted to claim everything.
They did. They made roads though. They did pretty good roads. Still working.
Well, all roads lead there. Cam, last week's episode that you dished up for us when you went looking for the Millstones, very, very well received. If you haven't seen it, that's episode 181. That's the one just before this one on our list. Go back and have a look at it because you did a great job. It was cool to see you traipsing the countryside over there. Did you enjoy putting that together for us?
Yeah, I did actually. I took all my, as you do, you go bloody traveling everywhere and try and get your stuff together. I bought like the wireless mics. I thought I'd do a really proper professional job. And in the end, I just used that little DJI Pocket 3 just as it is. And it came out really nicely. The sound, I was really happy with the sound on it. So it was good. It was a really great spot, beautiful spot to visit. And had a good time walking around. I actually went back the next day and tried to, because I went down one side, as I was saying in the video, went down one side of the gully there, and then the next day I went down, and lo and behold, I went down the other side from the car park, walked through a gate, 50 meters, Millstone, right there.
Cool.
So I was just trying to upload a photo of it to show you guys, but yeah, so I did find him, and then I actually went walking even further the next day. I went out the back and I crossed paths with Nigel Danson, the photographer / YouTuber, and his friend Rhiannon. I'm not sure if they were partners or friends, but they were out shooting together. I met some really lovely photographers out there. So it was a really nice day, a real misty, moody day for it. So it was great. We had a great little walk out there, and I'm glad the video went well and was received well. But yeah, it's a good way to just show off where you are and give people a bit of an insight.
Yeah, for sure. One thing that came across, to me, and I'm not sure if everyone else picked this up, was
how unfit I was.
No, that never came across. What came across to me was how much older the landscape appeared. Like it looks, comparisons have been made forever and a day between Scotland and Tasmania, but but I don't know, I realise you're in the Peak District, not in Scotland, but it was, it just seemed like a very well-worn path, if that makes any sense. I mean, you had cows in there, for God's sake. That was weird.
That was weird, and that was not expected. It's definitely the forests. It is different. Like the forests aren't big. Like they're not tall. It's all that sort of low-lying, sort of crissy-crossy sort of forest that you saw in the video. There's occasionally a big oak tree in there, but it's just got that. It's just got a really haunted mood to it. Like people have been walking through there forever. So yeah, it was very cool. But that's different forest. So it was good to walk through there. And then I went through one section that was called the quarry. And that's the thing that's getting me amazed here is just how old things are here. Like we talk about 1700s as, when Captain Cook arrived. These guys are making millstones from the 1400s, 1300s. The quarry is huge. And you think about the fact they didn't have proper tools back then, or didn't have excavators. They all did it by hand. This quarry would have been the size of the MCG. So
Right.
it's very impressive, the age of things. And like you said, it is a very well-worn path. And, there's people been walking through there for hundreds of years. So I just tried to share you a millstone picture to your Facebook.
I've got it. I'm just adding it. So
Yeah. Just to show, but
these
these millstones are scattered all around the place. And so it's big granite rocks everywhere. And they obviously carved out these millstones. I was trying to figure out what they were using them for, but it's close to Sheffield, which was known for lots of silver and silverware, I think, back in the day. So I don't know if millstones were used to crush rock or something like that, or whatever it is. But this is where the cows were in the video. This is the other side of the river, which is just near the car park. So I could have just gone there, and the whole video would have been completely different. But
it's always the way. See, okay, so I thought millstones were used to ground up wheat to make flour, but
that's what I thought as well. But they're pretty big. I don't know if that's what they're for or whatever.
That looks like it'd pulverize.
They're pretty big. So I don't know.
Hang on, it's hard to tell. How wide is that millstone?
Oh, that'd be a meter and a bit by a meter and a bit.
Okay, so they're definitely decent.
Yeah. So yeah, they're pretty cool. And
how the hell do they move them?
Well, that's the other thing. Like how, just say they were primarily used to grind grains like oats, barley, and rye in the grist mills.
There you go.
But they're huge. That'd weigh a couple 300 kilos, I reckon. They're huge.
And the rest, I'd say. So that's quite remarkable.
And they're all different shapes and sizes. Some are sort of smaller and wider. This one was quite thin. So,
and then these things are just scattered throughout the forest there.
Just scattered. They're scattered everywhere. But that's the thing. There's no map to tell you where they are. You've just got to look around. Like I said in the video, the locals were a little bit coy as to where they all were, which I get. We're a bit like that where we have our little backyards. Mm-hmm. But I did find a heap the next day as well. This same day, I found a heap near the quarry. And then once I found them, if you have a look at the one I just uploaded as well there, if it rocks up, there's another one. So they're all different shapes and sizes. You can see these ones are big fat ones just hanging under a tree. But it's funny, once I've found one group of them, all the locals seem to say, "Oh, we have found them. Like the secret's out. You can have the code now. There's others down there and there's others over here." So it was very cool. But it was good fun. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, it looked like good fun, and it looked like you had that nice misty sort of weather in the valley there as well for a little while.
Yeah, that hung around for a while. It was probably better on the second day when I went there. The one I did on the video was good, but it raised really quickly. But the second day I went there, covered a few Ks, probably walked about 6 or 7 Ks through the whole area. Yeah, but definitely if you're going to the UK and you're going sort of the Midlands or a bit further than the Midlands up near Sheffield, definitely put Padley's Gorge on your list of places. That's a beautiful, and especially in autumn time, it doesn't get much better, I don't think so.
Yeah, fantastic. And question without notice, how's the gear going? The Leica in particular?
Well, it's going okay. I did something I've never done before the other day, Brendan. I was out at a little waterfall taking this shot. We had the group there, and everyone had sort of cleared out and started making their way down. I thought I'll just go down and get a quick shot for myself. And there was this elderly couple that were walking through the forest. And this older lady had this calendar in her hand, and she was looking for the exact viewpoint of which this bridge and waterfall photo was taken from the calendar.
Okay.
Anyway, she was out here I was down in this little creek taking photos of my big Leica. And she's out there. She goes, "Oh, what's it look like over there? Does it look like this?" And she showed me the thing. I said, "No, you can't actually see the top waterfall from where I am." I said, "I think you'd have to go back upriver a bit." Okay. Anyway, I concentrated on doing my photo. The next minute, she's standing here. Oh. She goes, "Oh, yes, you can't see it." And I went, "Oh, I scared the hell out of me." And my camera just went whoops, face first into a rock, water, and the whole lot. And I caught it on the first bounce. And she's like, "Oh, did you damage your camera?" And oh mate, I would have drowned this silly old bat if I had a chance. I'm like, whoa. So I picked up my camera. It's like covered in water, and it's had the big 14 to 24 on it. So it's got the big bulbous bloody thing. Luckily, the lens hood, the inbuilt lens hood, caught the rock on the way through and didn't.
Yeah.
So it was millimeters from smashing the front element of that lens. I was not a happy camper.
Did it break the lens hood itself?
No, it didn't. I just sort of scratched it. So it must have just grazed it.
But I know the feeling, because when you're particularly near moving water, that's all you can hear.
You can't hear.
You can't hear if anyone walks up behind you or anything, and you do get a fright if someone appears out of nowhere.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just like, really? And she's like, oh, did I startle you? Like, yeah, idiot, it did. You scared the hell out of me, and I've dropped my camera in the river.
Yeah.
And I already told you can't see it from over here. So what are you doing here? So I collected my thoughts a bit and walked off and caught up with the group on the way down. But I was millimeters from smashing a lens. And
wow.
So, and that's the first time I can think of, apart from when I slipped over on the overland track 25 years ago, that I've dropped the camera.
Oh, there you go. You're doing
I wasn't happy, but anyway. But the gear's going well. I've used it.
It survived fine. Like, it just works fine.
Yeah. It was really just a bit wet, which is okay, because I did catch it pretty quickly. So it's all working fine. I used it yesterday morning. It was fine. But the gear's going well. I've used the Olympus, the new 50 to 200 2.8 lens. That's been going well. So everything's going well. Everything's working as expected. I've only had the drone up once. I haven't put that back up again. So.
Oh, well, it's now having a second tour of Scotland. That's fine. That 50 to 200 is getting incredible reviews. I did manage to have a bit of a look at one up at Bright, and it was absolutely gorgeous. It was their most popular lens that they loaned out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I just cannot get over how light.
Yes.
And I must admit, not just that Olympus lens. So the good folk at Nikon loaned me their latest 24 to 70 f2.8 Mark II. Yep. It's half the weight of the old one. I don't know how they're doing this, Cameron, but they're absolutely. It's been the biggest change, is the weight of these lenses.
It's definitely the Z lenses are definitely lighter than they used to be, all the other lenses. So I don't know. I'm imagining it's still got the carbon fiber barrel type of thing that the other one that has in the Olympus system, but. Yeah, I've had since BFOP, and congratulations on a good BFOP. I've had probably about 4 emails from people asking me to get a price on that 50 to 200.
Yeah.
Because they've used it and they go, I'm going to bite the bullet and use it. And buy it. It's popular.
It's a ripper, and being effectively 100 to 400 range, like it's great, awesome lens. Might put one in my kit myself at some point. And I did manage to have a look through it. I think on one of the bus trip days, and super fast autofocus. That's the thing that knocks me out about all the Olympus gear, is how quickly they autofocus.
It's ridiculous. And I don't know why, but it just does work well. But I got some shots of some Highland cows the other day with that lens. They're not the fastest moving animal, let's be honest, but they were good, but they're at a distance, and it's been working well. So, and I had it out. It was raining one day. I had it out all day in the rain with the lens hood on. No props.
Yeah. Well, let's. How about you walk me through this image, because that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is the Old Manor store. So again, we had 3 people in the group wanting to try and get up there, and we had 3 other people went with Cheryl and did their own little mini adventure with her. It rained steadily the entire way up. It was a typical Scottish day. It was wet, wild, windy, unrelenting. But we pushed through. 2 of the 3 people got to the very top with me. But when we got up the top, we couldn't even see the Old Manor store. It was all covered in cloud, and all of a sudden it just lifted and moved, and then the sun came out a bit, and then it'd disappear again. We're up there for about 15 minutes and had about 45 different types of scenery in front of us at that time. So this is just a shot from the top, just as that cloud's moving through and rain showers moving through. And I'm pretty happy with this one. It come up pretty nice.
Yeah, you should be. So when you're walking up, of course, I've got no idea on orientation here. When you're walking up, those 3 pillars that you can see, are they constant? I mean, I know that was clouded out, but are they sort of in a line of sight? Is that the track
Yeah.
like to the
So
bottom there?
you can see the track. Well, actually, the track on this photo, the track, you actually walk through the middle of those pillars. So
Oh, awesome.
the closest pillar and the two at the back, you walk between the middle of them, and then you walk all the way down to the bottom left of that frame. But the whole way up, you're looking up, you can see them the whole way. These big towering pillars, and then once you walk through them, there's a big mountain off to the right as well, and you get on the top of a lookout. So they're always there. They're teasing you, which is in a good way. It's a good thing. It sort of gives you something to aim for. Even one of the customers, Anne, she didn't get to the top, but she stopped at the pillars, so she's right amongst it. You get some beautiful shots in there as well.
Epic.
So you don't have to walk all the way up. You can sort of do about halfway or three quarters.
Yeah. So you always had an idea on where they were. So when they did expose themselves, for want of a better phrase, you guys must have got pretty excited.
Yeah, we did. We were pretty wet and cold. I had Max. We had Max and Christine at the top, and it was blowing a gale on the top. So wet, wild. It was cold. We were saturated to the bone, even though we had our wet weather gear on. So it was uncomfortable, but it was pretty exciting when the cloud all came through. It was really hard to get photos though. Like it was a lot of that. Take a photo, wipe your lens. Take a photo, wipe your lens. Like there was, it was almost like I think I took about 20 shots of this one scene, just held the button down and then took a wipe of the lens and came back. So it was quite tricky to get the cameras out without getting lots of water droplets on your lens.
Yeah.
But again, I'm a big believer in effort equals reward, and get out in that crazy weather and get the shots you're looking for. So we had a similar instance yesterday morning at the Kerrang. Sunrise here is 8:15.
Well, that's late.
It's magic. It's unreal. It's so good for late
every day.
It's unreal.
Yeah. How can we organise that on the Great Ocean Road?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we need to go to Antarctica maybe. But yesterday morning we had this beautiful sunrise, but it was taking a while to really kick off. The sun was caught behind some clouds, but then once it came up, it lit the whole landscape up with all these rain clouds coming through. But we had to get back for breakfast before we checked out. So it was like, do we go for breakfast or do we just wait for this light? Half the group was hungry. The other half was hungry for light. In the end, we ended up waiting just enough to get some, 10 minutes of really nice light, and then we had to take off. But so, yeah, it's all about that weather and waiting for that bit of light to happen and things for clearing and stuff like that.
Yeah. So with a shot like this one that we're looking at, tricky lighting conditions, I'm sure you'd agree.
Yeah.
What was your thought process? I mean, and I realize you're against the elements as well, and you just want to get quick shots.
Yeah.
What kind of settings were you sort of hoping to use to get this shot? Because you've got that. I'm assuming that's the sun sort of up towards the top center of the photo that's creating massive areas of potentially blown highlights. So how did you combat that?
A lot of it, like I have a bit of a base setting I try and use on most of my landscape stuff is if I'm at aperture priority, I usually have it set to about one stop under exposing on the exposure compensation. And that's purely for these sort of situations that when you pull your camera out and you don't have much time, you're just going to manage those highlights. That was the main thing. You're right, exactly right with what you said. I was more worried about the sky looking like a big blob of white, knowing that you can bring out your shadows pretty well. Probably the hardest thing in this shot was trying to get the composition right, because the wind was blowing. Like you're trying to take a photo and you couldn't line anything up. And just trying to get, like I'd consciously tried to get that little tarn in the bottom of the shot just to try and help give something in that little corner. But like, to be honest, it was really just spray and pray type of thing in that condition. But having the kicker to it was having that setting at one stop underexposed, just knowing that if that sun was going to burst through or it was pushing a bit of brightness behind the scene, that I'd managed that pretty well. So, and then the edit, I've probably edited this a little bit different. I've added, because it was really quite foggy and there was lots of rain there, I've tried to create that sort of feel that it's sort of raining and a bit of atmosphere there. So there's a little bit of, tad extra, dehazing, a little bit extra dehazing in the sky, just to give that sort of bit more of a feel like it's a bit cloudy, even though it was. Out of camera, it just looked like doomsday. It just looked dark and nothing. It was just white and stuff like that. So playing around with the sky, but knowing there was a bit of definition in the sky there helped. So, it was an interesting one, but amazing walk. It takes about an hour to get up. and about 45 minutes to get back down. So
yeah. Hey, risk and reward for effort is what you're there. So
yeah.
no, that's epic. I'm really, really stoked that you're getting some cool shots like this, because it's a big effort by yourself as well. Like you put these tours on, and you're gonna want to, well, not guarantee, because you can never guarantee anything, but you must be hoping a lot that the conditions do come good so you can get a shot like that.
Yeah, you totally are. And it gets, like, I was talking to the group yesterday in the car about just the logistics behind these shots. That, this shot that I've just put here, this is yesterday morning at the Kerrang. Now, we're on the Isle of Skye for 3 days, and it's rained for about 2 3/4 of them.
Yeah.
This is a classic sunrise shot over the Kerrang, but you can't get it if it's clouded out. So I took a gamble and said, right, we're going to do this on the last morning because the weather says that's maybe the only chance we're going to get. But if we miss this shot and we don't get it, like, there's a lot of pressure on as you know, on us to try and explain why we didn't get it, or the weather gods got the better of us. But most of the challenge of running these trips is really just trying to read the weather and know where you can be, and that's why I think scouting's so important, is that you've got options up your sleeve, like Great Ocean Road down that way, that like the back of your hand. You know that, okay, look, we're going to get a foggy, wet, crazy morning, let's go up in the Otways. That's going to work, because it's not going to work at the 12 Apostles.
Yep.
So having that knowledge is really good, and I sort of pride myself a bit on these tours to try and read that really well and get people in the right spots at the right time. Everyone sort of said, geez, that was a crap day to go up the Old Manor Store. Yeah, but you don't get that atmosphere on a clear sunny day. You've got to get up there on that thing. So we're happy. Everyone's getting some great shots. There's been lots of wows and my gods, and that's amazing along the trip from the customers, which is that's great feedback for us. Absolutely. So it's going well. Yeah.
Great. So you've got another few days on that tour, then you're back home, and then you're heading over to the States again, to Utah.
Yeah.
Question without notice. I'm sure you're across this, but the government shutdowns that are happening in the US, how does that affect national park entry?
At the moment, from what we understand, it doesn't really affect it too much. What it's going to affect is, it helps. What it's going to affect is just how many rangers are on the paths, and whether or not you have to stop at the toll booth and show your ticket or whatever when you just drive through. I actually spoke to a good friend of the show, Ben Horn, yesterday.
Great.
He's just been in Zion doing his next YouTube clip, and he was giving me some tips on the color. Said it's really, really lovely at the moment. In the next couple of weeks should be really nice. But he said you just drive in, there's no problems at all. So having said that, anything can probably happen in between. So I don't think they'll ever shut the park's entry down altogether. I think it's just less facilities available there. So to keep that in mind.
And it is what it is. I mean, you're going to be over there. I mean, there are options, but I guess it is what it is, and hopefully they come to their senses.
Maybe I don't usually, like this is like the 4th or 5th shutdown of the US government I can remember in the last 5 years. That seems to happen every year when they get to a point where they want something. Usually it's around the midterms, I think, when they're trying to do stuff. We'll see how we go. Looks like having in all honesty, having a prime minister there the other day, being all happy-go-lucky and stuff like that helps Australians, I think, going to America. I don't think there's going to be too many issues with that. I don't think we're a country that gets issues getting into America. So, we'll play it by ear. As you know, it's stressful. There's all these things that go through your head, that you rock up to a national park and it's closed. So,
I would imagine there'd be plenty of notice. So,
well, you'd hope so. Too late, is it not?
I'm sure there will be. It's fine. I'm going to do something a little different. We've seen a couple of your photos of the week. I'm going to put up a photo of the week that I didn't take.
Ripping off someone else. Is this Shazman?
Yeah, it's this one right here.
Who's that bloke?
And there's a particular reason why I want to put this up. It was remiss of me last week not to mention the little get-together that Mel put together before BFOP 2 weeks ago, which is already 2 weeks ago. Where the hell does time go? It was phenomenal because I was, as you know, running the big bus trip, and to come back into Bright and sort everyone else off the bus, and just to walk over to the pub and see all these people in there that were friends of the show. A little cheer went up when I walked in. It was so cool.
You got a cheer, did you?
I got a cheer and hugs and high fives all around, which was very, very cool. But most importantly, our man in that photo there, Mel, straight up to the bar, bought me a beer. There you go, mate. I mean, it was just absolutely fantastic. So I can't thank you enough, Mel, for the effort that you put in at Bright, and I'm sure everyone who was there had a great time. The numbers went through the roof because word got around. It was sort of like, hey, what are you doing? Well, we're going to this Down South photo show, and the people just started rocking up. I don't think the pub even could quite handle the numbers, but anyway, it was a rip-roaring success. So that's why I wanted to show that photo there. That's done by Neil Anderson with his permission. He did allow me to share that image with old mate Dennis Smith, who just what a machine Dennis Smith is. He's absolutely unbelievable, that man.
We should get him on the show, but I doubt we'd keep up with him, but we should try and get him on the show.
Well, we want to put a 4-hour show together, Cam. I don't know if you've heard this, but at BFOP, he had one of his workshops, a light painting workshop that started at 9 o'clock, obviously because it had to be dark to do his light painting.
Yeah.
It finished at 1 a.m.
Good. Excellent.
He just kept on going, and it was up at 9 Steps at Nick's place. So it was quite funny because Nick went to bed at like 11 o'clock and then heard all this noise coming, and it was Dennis going to bed at 1 a.m. So he basically said to the people on his workshop that we're not stopping until everyone has got a wow photo. And it took till 1 a.m.
He's a machine. He does not stop, that man.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely fantastic. So good on you, Mel. Again, there you go. We're going to make you famous whether you like it or not.
Well, I called into Mel. I rang in from where I was in the Lakes District, and I had I rang, I don't know, it was about 8 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock in the morning my time, and I rang up, and before I got there, I went to the bar, and I said to the guy, because I can't go on there without a drink when everyone else is drinking, so the guy on the bar, I said, can I just get a whiskey and Coke? And he's like, it's like 9 o'clock, mate. And I went, yeah, I've got to get online. I've got to see some people having a bit of a celebration back home. And he went, no, he had to go ask the manager if he can get me a drink at 9 o'clock. And then and then he came back and he goes, manager's given it the all clear. He goes, well, if it's a celebration, why don't you have a double? He just pours me a double. I went, all right, good. So I had a double whiskey and Coke at 9 o'clock in the morning. And there's all these people around me eating breakfast in front of me, and I'm here sucking on it. It was very funny, but it was lovely. Yeah, good job by Mel. Looks like there was a great turnout, and I have a feeling this is going to start a bit of a tradition.
Oh, I have no doubt. I think it's unstoppable.
Yeah, I think we're in. It's going to be a big BFOP next year, I think, and
it will be. And well, I don't want to jump the gun, but it's looking almost certain that I'll be back doing the bus trip again with Charlie. So it'll be rinse and repeat.
You'll be starting to become Mr. BFOP, I reckon.
No, far from. I got a jacket though. I was very excited. I was finally got my jacket. I was excited. It was great.
I thought you had to do more years to get a jacket. I was a bit surprised with a few people.
They just give them out to anyone these days.
Like
obviously. One other thing, Cam, that came out of BFOP, which was an absolute pleasant surprise, was it was basically a reunion of our Utah trip from last year.
Oh yeah, there would have been a lot of them there. Yeah.
Everyone that was on that trip last year, bar one, I think we know who I'm talking about, were there. It was incredible.
One should be in jail in a padded room and buried under the prison. That one.
Yeah, that exact one. So yeah, we had Mel and Mon, and we had Adam, and we had Tim, and we had
Catherine.
We had Catherine was there, and we had Brenda was there.
Brenda was there. Yeah.
I didn't even know Brenda was coming to BFOP, and there she was.
Yeah, she's on one of our workshops next year, I think, as well.
Perfect. And then and if not, how could I forget Stephen? He was there as well. So
Mel was there.
Yeah, of course, naturally Mel. So yeah, it was wonderful. There was literally all bar you, but that's all right.
And 5-star Daniel wasn't there.
Oh, of course. Jeez, I forgot a couple then.
Who's 5-star? He's just dropped off, hasn't he? 5-star.
Well, I think I need to send him a little message and say hello, make sure he's traveling all right.
Maybe, yeah. Send him a good day.
Yeah, I'll do that. We've got a couple of things to tick off on. One, I bought another camera.
Of course you did. Why?
I'm almost certain, I'd be very surprised if you don't already own this camera. So let's see if you can work it out from these clues. I'm pretty sure you own it.
Okay.
I was in a shop that wasn't a camera shop when I bought it.
Box brownie.
No, but it is in a box. I haven't taken it out of the box yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
You ready?
Yep. I have got one of those. Yes.
I knew you would have.
Yeah.
As soon as I bought it, I went, I bet you Cam's already got one of these. So for those of you who can't see, who are playing along on the audio version, I bought a Lego camera.
Yeah, that's great.
It's so cool. And it looks for all the world like like an FM2 or an OM10 or a 1000 even if you like.
And it even has its own little film canisters that actually, when you hold them up to the light, they show the pictures. It's very cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you can see them down there.
Yeah.
But there you go. Cool. I bought that. And I intend on putting that together for therapy at some point.
Yeah. There's another one they do. There's another one they do, which is the Walt Disney film camera, like the old film camera.
Oh, right. Yep.
With the twin lens on there. That's always sort of one I've been thinking of maybe getting as well. But yeah, that's very therapeutic. It's good stuff, Lego.
It is, and it was very dangerous. The Lego shop in where is it? In Melbourne Central. I was there on the weekend with the kids. We were doing a bit of shopping, and went into the Lego store, and that was a mistake.
Yeah, we've just got a new one opened up in Hobart.
It was remarkable that that's all I walked out with for me, but my son got a couple of.
we were in Edinburgh the other day, and there's a Lego shop there, and on the front thing they've done like a big collage, like a Lego thing of a guy, an old Scots in a kilt with bagpipes. It's all made out of Lego. It's very, very cool.
That's awesome.
And the one in Tassie that's just opened up in Hobart, it's got Tassie Devils all over the front door, made out of Lego as well.
Oh, that's very cool.
That is very cool. Very clever.
And this is a little bit, in-house between you and I, Cam, because people do listen this far, but just wanted to let you know that I caught up with our good friend Brad at DigiDirect.
Mr. Bradford, how's it going?
Yes. Walked in on Sunday, and there he was, larger than life, still sitting, dominating. You know how he circles like a shark at the back of that shop?
Yeah.
That's still his territory. It is. It's like a dog marking their territory. That's his space. Keep out.
The last couple of times I've been in there, he's been on the back cabinet, just leaning on the back cabinet with his arm on the back cabinet, just waiting for the next victim to walk in with ordered cash. He wants to get into it.
He actually said, next time you're on the podcast with Cam, make sure you say hi. So he said hi.
I'm sure he's an avid listener, surely.
Of course he is. Speaking of, thank you to all 1,300 and whatever of you for subscribing, liking and following the channel and sharing it around everyone. Just below us is a big subscribe button. It costs nothing to subscribe to the Down South Photo Show. All you have to do is push the button. That would be awesome. It helps us a lot to share the channel around and to grow the channel in all the lovely directions that we want to grow the channel. Now, speaking of...
Quickly, I got a quick little shout out for me. At Hadley's Gorge the other day, I ran in, after I did the video, I ran into a lovely local couple that were taking some photos right near that last shot of the Millstones I did. And a shout out to them. I didn't catch their names, but they signed up. They signed up there on the spot. I had them both on their YouTube subscribing. So hello to them. Hopefully they got some nice shots. The gentleman that was there, I think he might have been using a Nikon or a Sony. He was taking some lovely shots. And I think his partner was one of the typical partners, just walking around the forest, enjoying the scenes while the husband wandered off taking photos. So g'day to them. And I think we might have a few more UK people watching, because I've been spreading the word a bit over here. So g'day to them.
We like that. And also to the 50 plus people that were lucky enough to score a Down South Photo Show stubby holder at BFOP. They were being chucked out after my talk on stage on Sunday, and they were just snapped up, Cam. They were hot property. People, because we had them, there was a select few people, Mal and Brenda and myself and a few others from the Utah trip, that had Down South Photo Show stubby holders on the Saturday night at Shenanigans.
I know that. You have your photos of them.
The Errands had them as well, and Dave Froggy, he had one as well. So Dave Marland had one as well. So they're all.
Yeah, Marland literally is commenting. His name popped up in my thing about 3 minutes ago. He's commenting on something.
Yeah. Well, the Down South Photo Show stubby holders are very popular. If people want us to add those to our shop, comment below. We can probably sort something out for that. And I also gave out like a dozen T-shirts as well. So there's new merch floating around everywhere.
I forgot to send you all the hats. Sorry about that.
It's fine. We can. There will be another beef op next year, and we'll both be there.
Do I get a stubby holder, or is there one for us?
I have kept one aside for you.
Oh, thank you, sir. That's
You won't.
Yeah.
We've had some photos sent in that people want us to critique. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Believe it or not, it sounds shocked.
Let's start with this one.
Yes.
Oh, and I better put the little credit there. David Oldenhoff, who is a friend of the show. He listens. He's an avid listener.
Yes.
I consider David to be a very, very talented photographer from your neck of the woods, Cam, down in Tas Vegas.
Yes.
So I'm rapt that he sent us a couple of photos to critique.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think I said to you, all we have to do is say, yeah, awesome, next.
Yeah. David is an amazingly good photographer. Not only is he very good with his compositions, I really love his editing style. He's always had a really lovely, sort of not overdone, fairly natural editing style. So this one looks like it might be from up in the Great Lakes in central Tasmania. It could also be potentially even the Little Pine or Pencil Pine Lake Walk. That looks like a little baby pencil pine. If I was looking at this photo, there's not much I would probably change to this. The other thing, maybe I'm a bit of a big believer that if there's too much in the sky not doing anything for me, then maybe don't use it. So maybe something like a tighter crop with less sky for me might work on this one, and just to keep just above the level of those really nice clouds at the back catching the light. But the little pencil pine with the ice hanging off it and the little twist in the trunk there is pretty cool. So for me, not much to change on this one. Maybe, like I said, just cropping it down a little bit so it takes a bit of that extra sky out. And yeah, apart from that, it's really nice. There's nice detail on the trunk. Like I said, he's a good photographer, and he's done well to manage this little scene as well.
I'm a huge fan of the color in this photo. You spot on what when you say David's editing style is very natural, and I think that is something that's underrated these days, to try and keep what appears to be as natural color as possible. I've got no idea. I wasn't there, but it does look. It feels cold, which I like. Well, yeah, obviously you've got ice and snow there, and that makes you feel cold naturally. But of course, keeping with the cooler color tones is doing that as well. I think you're right, Cam. The top of the photo having very little detail in the sky may be unnecessary, and maybe even a square crop would work really well on this photo. And keeping those little leading lines from the bottom right coming out the root of that tree. What I love about this photo, though, I think, is the story that it tells, and it feels like a battle. And that tree, like, it's hanging on there. It's hanging on for grim death. It's literally hanging over the edge of the lake, and it's got the roots going back into the bank with nothing underneath it but ice.
The icicles are trying to pull it into the water almost.
It feels like that, doesn't it? It's a cool shot, literally and figuratively. So awesome, David. Love that. That's cool.
Yeah, very good.
Should we look at another one?
Yeah, he sent two through. So let's.
Here we go.
This one. So this looks like it might have been the Pine Lake Walk up in the Central Highlands, which is a great spot for these gnarly old trees, especially under snow. This is the classic David Oldenhoff editing style that I like. It's almost painterly. It's just really soft sort of contrast. I'd love to sit down and talk to him about how he does his edits, because I can never get mine to sort of look that sort of feel, and I really like that kind of feel. So it almost looks, he edits like it almost looks like it's on canvas already or something. There's something about it where it looks like it's on fabric already. So this one's good. It's probably not one of my biggest ones I like of David's, to be honest. Like, it's nice, it's a lovely scene, but there's nothing really drawing my eye to anything. It's like the trees are nice on the left, the cool rocks on the right, little frozen tarns are nice. There's no real hero of the shot that I can see on this shot. Maybe those trees on the left that have got a bit of that light would have been nice to maybe focus more on them. But to me, it's just a lovely scene, landscape scene. But I'd like to see some sort of hero on this shot to draw my eye in, or my eye keeps going all over the place looking for the hero, and I can't really find one. But what do you think? Is that similar for you, or?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what makes it, because there's a lot of detail. And
Yeah.
while you were talking there, my eyes are tracking around everywhere on this scene, and I'm picking out things like I can see, the tarn in the foreground. As you say, the rocks on the right-hand side are great. They're not really dominating, which can sometimes be a problem when you've got a big, heavy, heavy rocks on one side dominating a scene can send it off center. But of course, it's balanced perfectly by the little thicket of trees on the left. So, as I say, maybe the fact that there is no one hero is what makes it such a nice shot. And I completely agree with you. It has that. It looks like it's a print.
Yes.
It looks like it's been printed on like Ilford cotton rag or something.
Yeah.
Because and I think the reason for that, Cam, is that there's no real reflection other than the water. There's no light reflecting harshly other than the water.
Yeah.
And that's giving it that real matte finish.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, and I would be guessing, that the light looks like it's coming from out of the right-hand side of the photo, only because I can see the highlights in the clouds there. So I'm sort of guessing. But there's nothing to give that away because all the foreground's in shadow. So you see what I mean? There's not a heap of contrast in there. So I think it's a ripping shot, but I'm with you. I've definitely seen better from David, but that doesn't mean this one's no good. It just means that it's David's top shelf and everyone else's top shelf at different levels.
Yeah. I think I think with this shot, I think what David's tried to capture is just that soft, subtle light.
Yeah.
In a really cool sort of winter sort of landscape, and he's got that tree. That definitely the light's coming from the right because the trees on the left are shadowing on the left. If that makes sense. But I think what's caught his eye here is just that nice soft light coming through across this sort of ancient landscape. So, but yeah, I'd love to. Like, I can reach out to David as well, but I'd love to if he sent a message through, just sort of giving us an idea of how he edits his shots, or is it low contrast that he does, or even just if he wants to come on and have a chat about his editing style, some of that, we'd welcome that because he's got some really lovely work.
I did ask David if he'd like to come on the show, and he respectfully declined. So,
there you go. Fair enough.
Which is totally fine and understandable. So, but there's one other thing about that photo, Cam, is the color gamut. So it goes through, like, there's greens, and then there's blues, and there's browns, and there's blacks, and there's whites, and it's the smattering of blue in the sky there that adds extra balance to it as well. So if I had to be critical, it would be the fact that I think there's too much cloud covering that mountain in the distance. You've really got to actually have a good look to realize that it is a mountain back there, or a very big hill, for want of a better word. But overall, very, very cool. I like it.
No, it's good stuff.
Cool. All right. If you have an image that you would like us to critique, by all means, Cameron, where can they send it to?
God, what the hell is that? Contact
at dsps.com.au.
That's the one. Contact at dsps.com.au. It's been a while since I've done any admin type of thing for the show, but send something through. Like, we'd love to see your shots. If you want to get some honest opinions from what we think, if it's good, we'll critique it. If it's not something you want to talk about that you're not happy with, we can critique it or whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. Directly under me there is the website, www.dsps.com.au. Jump over there, have a bit of a look. We do put on there all the information about the show. If you're new to the show, you can jump on there and have a look. You can see our merch. You can also see our photo tours, which are slowly filling up for 2026. God, I still can't get my head around the fact that it's nearly 2026, but there you go. So
before too long, we're going to be saying it's 2030.
Don't.
That's ridiculous.
I cannot. Next year we have 4 workshops: Kangaroo Island, which you can't get on because that's already sold out; Great Ocean Road, which is one of my personal favourites because it's just over there; and then we have a couple in Tassie, in his neck of the woods. So jump on to dsps.com.au and check those out.
Yeah, and what are they going to get on the workshop? They're going to get hopefully some wonderful photos. They're going to get access to our knowledge. So we're going to sort of put you in the right places at the right time, set your cameras up if you need it, talk about settings, talk about compositions. We'll talk about light. That's not important, but more so the composition. And then we'll get you, set up for, going off after the workshop to continue to create lovely images. I think best thing about the workshop, especially like the ones we're doing here as well, is it's just the passion that it sparks. People get right into it. Like as soon as they see something really pretty, like bang, like you can see the excitement level and the passion levels go up. And that's what it's all about, going out and enjoying nature and taking your camera with you.
Yeah, absolutely. We love doing it. So would it be great to have you guys along to some of our workshops? And you're exactly right. I mean, and once again, and I don't want to keep bringing BFOP up. This is the last time I'll mention it. That's what I get a lot. I think the biggest kick I get out of BFOP is when you're imparting that knowledge onto people and they take a great photo cam and basically say, I mean, it happens quite regularly at BFOP. You'd know this. When people actually come to you at the end of the workshop and say, I would never have got that photo. If you didn't tell me what I needed to do or where I needed to be or what I needed to point at, money can't buy that kind of stuff. It's really, really cool. So thank you again to everyone who came on the bus with me and also came to my own workshop as well at BFOP last week. That was very, very cool.
BFOP 2026 is sold out already.
It's sold out in 8 days.
It's ridiculous.
It was 40% sold out as they were shutting down BFOP 2025. That's crazy.
And that's without even knowing Tom Putt's going to not be there again.
It's an absolute... word got around that Cam Blake's going to be there. So everyone's like, oh, I'm snapping.
Well, I better rock up this year. Next year, I didn't rock up this year.
We need you there, mate. It's good. We got to drink beer and have fun. And we've got to, press the flesh.
Run amok.
Yeah, exactly. All right. No one listens this far. So, Mr. Blake, you've got how many more days on this trip?
We have 3 days left, and then I get to come home, which is nice. So, although I just looked at my flights home and I forgot that when I booked my flights home, I made it an absolute nightmare to get home as quick as I could. So we're doing Edinburgh to Doha. I think we've got a 3 hour changeover. Doha to Perth. I've got a 4 hour changeover. The red eye from Perth to Sydney, and then the first plane out of Sydney to Hobart to get home. So I am going to be knackered, but I'd like to get
hours of transit.
I want to get home, and I'd like to be home as much as I can before America. So, and then good old lovely Lisa decided that let's go see the Jack Jumpers basketball game the night I get home. So I'm going to be I'll be chomping at the bit to be celebrating the Jack Jumpers. So anyway, it's almost finished here. A couple of days to go, and then we're done. So I'd like to give a shout out to my co-guide as well, Cheryl. She's done it amazing. She's not here.
Where is she?
She's out at the donut shop eating donuts at the moment.
You promised me that she'll be walking in the background during this episode.
I sent a message, and then she just sent a message back to me saying, "Would you like a donut?" So she's out eating donuts, which is fine. It's a day off.
As if that's ever a question.
Yeah, we've got our little mascot here. Got a little Loch Ness here.
I see. Yes.
But I want to shout out to her. She's done an amazing job helping out. You know how hard it is to run these workshops and help out and co-guide. So she's done a fantastic.
Cheryl is an absolute asset to you, mate. She's a fantastic addition to your business.
Someone said that the other day, and I thought they said she was an ass hat. I'm like, oh, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, well, she's that as well. She hasn't listened this far.
No one listens this far. We know that. I don't even know.
This is probably going to be on in the car, in one of your cars over the weekend.
Well, when's this come out? This comes out tomorrow.
Friday night. Tomorrow around this time.
Well, I might have to tell Cheryl to listen to it so she can hear us call her an ass hat.
Which reminds me, how the hell am I going to get this edited in time? But anyway, I'll work it out. It's fine.
I'll do it.
I'll make it happen.
You'll do what you always do and do it in 5 minutes.
Exactly, and stuff it up and put it up at the wrong time and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. That'll be fun. Cool. Excuse me. What have I got coming up? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm back in the shop. I'm working. We are now on that very slippery slope to the big C word, which we don't mention.
Which C word's that?
It happens on the 25th of December.
That still could be the same C word.
Yeah, it pretty much is. And it's crazy. So we've got our my literal pellet of frames is about to turn up in the next day or two. So that'll be fun to try and fit them somewhere into the shop. My 2026 calendar is half sold already, which is I'm stoked with. So thank you for everyone who's ordered one of my calendars or bought it at Ocean Grove Camera and Photo. I did a 2026 calendar of just the Bellarine Peninsula. Stoked with how it came out too. So thank you to everyone. I sold a few of those up in Bright, which was pretty cool too.
Nice work.
So
Nice.
Yeah. So awesome. Glad to have that up and running. I think that's it, Cam.
Yeah, you're not doing anything else apart from shops. That's it.
No, it's mainly shops, as I say, getting things.
No entry level workshops coming up.
I've got workshops, a lot of good local ones in November, which I'm stoked for. We've got Eileen, friend of the channel, who was with us in the Tarkine, is coming for a couple of day workshop with a couple of her friends. She's joining me here.
Did you know she has one leg shorter than the other?
Yes, she does. Absolutely, she does. Well, she's from your neck of the woods where you are right now.
She's coming in Scotland next year, but she'll be living here. She's moving back here in December.
Perfect.
And then she's on my workshop next year, so she doesn't have to worry about flights or anything. She's just got to drive to the start. Yeah, it's very good.
And she'll finish up the workshop and then, probably under an hour, be in her own bed.
Yeah, she could probably stay at home and just come out every day if she wanted to.
That's absolutely perfect. So she's down, and we've also got. I'm doing my landscapes and seascapes workshops 3 times in November. I think I've only got a couple of spots left on one, and then I've got entry level workshops, which are really, really popular. So I love doing those because it gets people. Those people don't watch yet.
Yeah, but no one watches this far yet.
No, we could literally say whatever we want and do whatever we want at this part of the show, which we won't. Don't. That's it. That's the podcast. You're going to play golf. That's what you're going to do.
I'm going to go play some golf.
For that.
I'm teeing off in about an hour. So
okay, I want you to send me a couple of photos. I want to see what this course looks like, and I want to know how you hit them. That'd be cool. Must be some way I can track your progress. Put it up on my score or something, and then I can find you.
All right, how about I ring you every hole at 10
No,
o'clock?
don't do it. I'll be
1 o'clock at night.
I am literally going to bed.
Yes, I'll keep you updated, but I'm not expecting anything special. But maybe a hole in one would be handy, but that'd be it.
That would be brilliant.
I might be on my own though, so does it count?
Take Cheryl with you.
Well, she did think about coming and driving the cart. I said, it's your day off. You don't have to, but we'll see.
Does she play golf?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, teach her.
Don't think so. No, we'll see what happens.
Okay, one more drive-by for Cheryl as we go. That's it. That's episode 182 of the Down South Photo Show. Cam, thank you for joining us from all the way over on the other side of the world. No we will probably talk to you back in your own hometown.
Yeah, we'll do a proper one next time. Yeah.
These have been proper.
Well, like proper. I won't be daylight and you won't be dark. So proper.
Yeah, true. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Say goodbye, Cameron.
Goodbye, Cameron.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye now.